Intro music.
Come on in.
A star for the ages for Tony Gwynn, number 3,000.
They have acquired Eric Johnson and Fernando Tatis Jr. from the White Sox in exchange for James Shield.
Welcome to Slam Diego.
My name is James,
My name is Joey.
and this is the Brothers Padre.
James. Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Yeah. We're going to discuss another week of Padres baseball. How are you doing, James?
It's good. I'm doing good. I've written two songs.
Two songs. You are a known for your lullabies.
I am, yes.
That's
The first is "Hello Offense, My Old Friend."
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I like that one. Yeah.
These are all coming out in the album at the end of the year.
Okay.
Or the other one is "It's beginning to look a lot like Offense."
Yes.
Their original is completely my own idea.
Yeah.
It's
There's no such thing. Like, most artists copy. You don't. You're just all original.
yeah. You can say that about me. I'm original.
Let's jump into it, James.
All right, so June 2nd, we are in Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
All right. And unfortunately, despite a quality start by Sean Manaea, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, we lose this game 5-4.
Yep.
Because Rogers, who has been the only reason, probably one of the only reasons we're in such a good position right now, because he's saved so many games, especially the first half of this first season. And he had truly a bad outing.
Yep.
Gave up a hit 2 people, and then gave up a double, and we lost the game. It was bad. We were disheartened. We were demoralized. We thought life can never be good again.
This would cap up a 4-game losing streak at this point, right? Yeah.
3-game losing streak.
We were swept in St. Louis.
We won one of the games in St. Louis.
Hold on. Checking the tape. Going back on MLB.com's app. The Wi-Fi's slow in the garage. I mean, the studio. We got swept in St. Louis.
Did we really?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we lost.
I guess I blocked that out. All right, so 4 straight games lost. Mainly because I was so excited about what happened next.
Oh, yes, that's why. Yeah.
Game 2. Nothing big. The Padres won 7-0. I mean, nothing else remarkable happened. Joe Musgrove, quality start. That's right. Almost threw a no-hitter. Took a no-hitter into the 8th.
Yeah.
And we ended up winning 7-0. Our offense was on fire. Pro 4-3 hits. Machado got a home run. But the storyline is Joe Musgrove.
Yes.
Out of all 10 of his starts, they've all been quality starts. Mm-hmm. The Padres are 9-1.
Yep.
And he has 6-0 record. He's only allowed... The fewest runs he's allowed is 2. He's never allowed more. The most runs he's ever allowed is 2. He never allowed more runs than 2 in any of his starts. That is outstanding.
Yep.
And Colton Wong hit it, ruined it in the 8th inning.
Yep.
And despite the good news for the rest of this series, Colton Wong's a bit of a pest.
Yeah, he was the only real consistent hitter throughout this whole series.
He started the rally that ended in the last game.
Yep.
He broke up Joe Musgrove's no-hitter.
Yep.
I mean, yes, it was nice he tipped his hat to Joe Musgrove, and Joe Musgrove winked at him back because, show some respect when respect is due. But that was a great game. The next game, the Padres ended up winning 4-0.
Wow.
Mackenzie Gore, quality start. 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. Obviously, didn't give up a run. Jake Cronenworth drove in 3 and hit a 2-run homer. And we might have started to think, 2 straight games where the Padres have scored, or 3 straight games where the Padres have scored 4 or more runs. Can this be a fluke? Can we sustain this level of optimism?
Can this be an aberration in the data, James?
Exactly. Then, Game 4. Padres win 6-4. Mike Clevenger made his return only pitched 3 innings, giving up 1 run. Nick Martinez pitched 4 of relief and gave up 2 runs. So, good quality start. Piggyback-wise. Jake Cronenworth drove in 4 RBIs, including another 3-run home run in the 10th. It was amazing. Tim Hill, prior to Palomar College, came out in the 8th with the bases loaded, got out of it, then pitched a scoreless 9th.
What do you expect?
It's Tim Hill.
Yeah.
The man, put a little pressure on him. He's going to do well.
Yeah.
And Rogers saved it to come back to the Brewers. Like, no, I just need a break.
Yep.
All right. So then the Padres go back to San Diego to face the second best team in all of baseball, Joseph. The Metropolitans. And we ended up winning that game 11-5. No, sorry. That was my bad.
You got ahead of yourself there.
Did get ahead of that frame. I want to forget this game, Joseph.
We'll talk about it once you're done about this. Yeah. Yeah.
You see, this is where my Padre optimism or my dyslexia got the better of me. Padres lost this game 11-5. Blake Snell, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Did not have it.
Nope.
So what do we do when we're struggling? We throw out Greg Stammen, who pitched 3 innings pitched and 4 earned runs. That's why I wrote plus side. Voit got 3 RBIs.
Yeah.
But Blake Snell. I don't know how he has to get back in the mindset, but we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, Game 6, Joseph. Game 6. Again, we were starting to think. Did we think too highly of ourselves? Were the Brewers just pushovers because they're playing the Central? But we ended up winning 7-0. Hugh Darvish, 7 innings pitched, only giving up 2 hits. Obviously, didn't give up any runs. In fact, he hit more Mets than Mets got hit.
Oof.
He gave up 2 hits, but also hit 3 Mets. So,
yeah, you know.
And to all those people out there, all the Mets fans, we know Brothers Mets listens to us. 2 of them are on the foot, and Pete Alonso swung into one.
Yes.
I'm sorry Pete Alonso got hurt, but he swung into it.
Yes.
And nobody purposely hits anybody on the foot. But this game was awesome. Jerickson Profar, leadoff home run. Manny and Jake both got 2 RBIs. And Adrian Morejon made his triumphant return to the majors. Pitched 2 scoreless innings, only threw 9 innings each inning, 9 pitches each inning.
Yep.
And it was good to see him back. And he ended the last batter with a strikeout. Classic Morejon, cutting away from the left-hander pitch. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome seeing him. And no dip in velocity, which is incredible.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know Adrian Morejon's stats that well because he hasn't played for 14 months, he has the fastest fastball in the majors from a left-hander. Fastest consistent fastball.
Yeah.
He's fast. He has a more consistent fastball rate and 100 mile an hour than Aroldis Chapman. And that's,
he's also a starter. He can be a starter. That brings in the more consistency because he can pitch 4 innings, 6 innings for you and throw that hard the whole time.
Correct. And this will be, obviously he probably won't be a starter this season.
Right.
But for a piggyback situation.
Oh, yeah.
That is a dangerous person to have on the team.
Yep.
And finally, the 7th game of the series. And this week, Joey, we were both there.
Yeah, we were.
And for loyal listeners to this podcast know, Joey has had less than good luck.
Yeah, I would say less than good luck. Yeah. Last 10 games before this, I was 2-8. I've seen 2 wins and 8 losses. Yeah.
And 3 of the biggest blowouts in the last Padres.
Yeah. Not good.
And all you said on the way down there was, I just want to see some runs, James. Is that so hard? Is that so much to ask? Yeah. And I said, don't worry, Joey. The Padres got you.
Half of what he said is true.
I was definitely reassuring. The Padres won 13-2.
Yes.
Needless to say, it was a pitcher's duel. Sean Manaea, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run and 1 unearned run. But, who cares about unearned runs? Dominant as always. And then Nabil Crismatt finished the game with 2 shutout innings. Every player in the lineup got a hit. Manny Machado had 2 RBIs. Jerickson Profar had 3 RBIs. Jake Cronenworth had 5 RBIs, including a 3-run home run into the Crone zone, which I think that's the first home run you've seen all year.
No, the last game, the game before this, I saw the walk-off from Trent.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were at that game.
Then
why are you complaining? You complained so hard, but you saw a walk-off home run? Oh, my goodness.
James,
oh my goodness!
I'm going to bring up the Nationals game till I'm blue in the face.
I was at that Nationals game when we lost 15-5 with you, and
yeah. But anyways, a great week in Padres baseball.
Yeah, we ended up being 5-2 against 2 of the best teams in baseball. You and I both predicted
4-3,
4-3, and you're always happy when you're wrong on the positive.
Yep,
it really is, and honestly. With those 2 teams, I don't know who covered the Wednesday night game, but it wasn't Don. It was some nationalized game.
Yeah.
And so I just watched the highlights from that. And first of all, they were terrible. And secondly, they were saying, oh, this is definitely a statement series by the San Diego Padres. Proving that they can play against the best teams in baseball. And I agree. The Padres played the second best record team in baseball and weren't phased.
The last 25 games in the schedule were all with people over 500, and we're 15-10 in that time. That is okie dokie.
And I remember us saying this before this started. This is going to be our true test. And it is truly, it was great to see. It was truly great to see.
Yep. What was really awesome about this set of games is that we got to really good pitchers, specifically Friday's game. Corbin Burns was the pitcher on Friday who won the Cy Young last year, and we got to him. The Brewers pitching staff is nasty. Aaron Ashby's stuff is...
Well, it was Saturday's game because he pitched against Musgrove.
Yeah, whatever. Days are days, but the Brewers pitching staff is like legit.
Oh yeah.
That if you guys have a chance, go on Twitter, look up Pitching Ninja's GIF of Aaron Ashby striking out Luke Voigt, and it's unfair. It's completely unfair.
It looks like a frisbee.
Yeah.
And
97 mile an hour frisbee.
It starts inside high and inside, and it ends up, it sort of starts right down the middle, and then it ends up high and outside.
Right.
Literally, and it breaks that in the last 2 feet.
And it's from a lefty, not from a righty, from a lefty to a right-handed hitter. It's nasty. But the Padres got to those guys, and they were able to every single game we were able to get to a starter, and I feel like that offense. Like the Padres should start feeling very good about that, right? Obviously, everyone's not going to be hot at the same time, but you should feel really, really good about. Hey, we faced some incredible pitching, and we live to tell a tale. And we won both series.
Yes,
I know
handedly.
Right,
won both series.
Right. And we could have. There's the Thursday game that started the 4-game series against the Brewers. If Rogers was on, it's a sweep, right?
Yes.
We've talked about this offline and already. Rogers is literally given us 17+ wins this year. He can't honestly carry it every single outing. That's okay, right? That's fine, right? You can't rely on everybody.
This happens,
right?
If anybody in their career is 17-1 at everything they do, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that the Padres bats look so good. The at-bats look good. It doesn't feel... There are still some black holes a little bit in our lineup. Kim has regressed. Hosmer is very bad. Outfield's right field position, Mazara's got some big hits. That was cool.
Mazara's played 3 games and has 5 hits. I think that's pretty good.
Azokar has gotten some clutch hitting too. None of these are like... Azokar has not been a quote-unquote great hitter, but he's been fine. And in this era of bad offense, that's going to play, right? It's just going to play.
So Trent Grisham started this week hitting a $162. He's now hitting a $177.
Yeah.
That's not a
great.
lot, but that just sort of means he hasn't regressed or progressed. He's had a competitive at bats.
Yeah.
Kim's batting average I think the problem is they just know how to pitch to Kim.
Yeah.
But Voit is heating up. Currently, Jerickson Profar has the 3rd best WAR of all left fielders.
Yep.
Cronenworth has had 15 RBIs in the last 7 games?
Yeah.
And we've been saying for all year, if those 2 guys can get hot again, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Luke Voit has been a hitting machine.
Yep.
Our offense is picking up, and Machado continues to be Machado.
Right.
So I am... This week is really awesome because the Padres truly stepped up to play better teams. Following this next week, we really have to capitalize playing some bad teams.
Yep.
So what were some of the best things in your mind about this last week?
Jake coming alive. I think that's a really important step for the Padres offense. I think also... I mean, it's so hard. It's so 2022 Padres fans are all like, well, it's the quality start. It's the quality start. But like, it really is like, apart from one person, every single starting pitcher had a close to quality start or did their job. Clevenger and Martinez were given jobs. Hey, Clevenger, you got 3 or 4 innings. Hey, Martinez, 3 to 4 innings. Give us your best. And
Exactly.
Everyone took the challenge, took the opportunity to pitch well. Like it's a bad start. It's a bad close from Rogers. Stammen being Stammen, and Snell. That's it. Those are the 3 things that separate like all of last week from being a total 7-0 win streak.
And the problem with Snell is he's such a conundrum because his next start, he legitimately could be the best pitcher anyone's ever seen.
Okay, we gotta start. We've danced around a little bit. So we gotta talk about Snell. Snell it's so infuriating to watch. It really is infuriating to watch him. Bob Scanlon was caught on a hot mic. Did you hear that?
No.
Bob Scanlon, who's a field side reporter for the Padres, he had his mic on, and he said, "Oh, is Snell throwing his fastball? I really don't know what he's doing out there." And like, maybe you shouldn't say that around a microphone for the team report, but everyone who watches Snell gets it because you just don't understand. Like, why aren't you attacking the zone? Why aren't you just throwing in the zone? His stuff plays anywhere, in any quadrant, but he's just so pensive, and he's trying to. And then he gets in his own head, and he shakes off tons of pitches. Like, last year, we had Luis Camposano up. Remember that whole start? And he not blamed Camposano, but like got mad on the field about him. Camposano did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. If Blake Snell needs a babysitter, there's something else that needs to go on. Like, he's obviously more successful to me, so I'm caveat all of that.
And the problem with Blake Snell is, last year when the Padres went through their epic collapse,
right,
that was when Blake Snell chose to be the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, it was.
We had 0 run support for him. But the month of August and September, he struck out more batters. He had the lowest ERA, the lowest WHIP, everything you wanted from a guy that has won a Cy Young. And we were all hoping he could carry on to the next year. But I don't know how you get his head straight.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like it's such a weird conundrum, right? Because he's a I don't know.
And the problem is we legitimately have 6 high quality big league starters.
Yeah.
And Snell is the 7th. And the thing is, like, how many more chances do you think? We can't just keep giving him more and more chances like we did last year, because last year we were struggling and we had to keep putting him out there because all of our starters were hurt at the beginning of last year. How do we do you keep him keep going running him out there until he proves himself, or do you send him back down to the minors until he gets his head straight?
He probably pitched Monday against the Cubs. Is that right? Or is it?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an odd place, right? I mean, it's so infuriating to watch someone that talented not be able to put it together. That's the annoying part. It's like he's very talented,
and you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see him being super talented. Anyways, but like I said, if there was one negative, because I will chalk up Rogers
right
as not everyone's going to have all their stuff. Snell, I would do the same thing, but I've seen this bad Snell before.
Oh yeah.
Rogers has proven himself, and he bounced back. He had 2 more outings this week, and he was dominant again. So it's hard to say.
Yeah. I don't think he has that long of a leash though, because you have incredible pitching. Like somebody has to change. Whether he has to do like 2 rehab starts where he just only works on one pitch or one thing where it's like, hey, your rehab starts, you're going to throw nothing but strikes. Like, I don't care. Like, I wonder if that's how it takes. It's like, you need to just start feeling confident throwing strikes again. Like, because against the Mets, he just walked a bunch of people. And it's just like, if he just trusted his stuff more, he'd do so much better. Like, a good example is Adrian Morejon. Adrian Morejon has control issues, right? Not personal control issues, but like, where to put the baseball. However, Alfaro's like, throw me your best thing down the middle. Because I know it has run. I know it's not going to land here, but I'm going to tell you, just aim here. And his stuff is 98, like, at a weird arm slot that goes in on righties. And it's like, oh, I'm going to swing right through it. Because Alfaro's like, you have good stuff. Trust it.
Yeah. Because Morejon can go 98 to 102.
Yeah. And he has the ability, has good stuff, and he trusts it. When you're that caliber of pitcher, like Jake DeGrom's standard practice is throw hard strikes the first 2 innings. It's not throw balls, have them chase. Like that's when you have good stuff, you can't just. Everyone knows that. So when they see something that looks like a ball, they're just not going to swing at it at all, right? And so throw strikes, and you'll have better success. And I know it's like the dumbest armchair fan thing to say, but like, you don't walk 3 people in an inning.
Prove they can hit your stuff before you change it.
Right, exactly. I don't know.
This is so funny because the Padres probably had the best week all year.
Yep.
This last week.
Yep.
We went against the 2 first place teams in their 2 respective divisions.
Yep.
2 teams that before the season even started were supposed to be in the playoffs.
Yep.
And we won the series against them.
Yep.
We outscored both of them.
Yep.
We outpitched both of them. We outdefended both of them. We out everything them.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, you and I, Padre fans, are always look at the most negative thing as going to be the thing that causes us. That's going to be the thing that causes us the playoffs.
Yeah. The thing that's going to cause the playoff is going to be injuries and the offense not keeping its production. Well, that's going to be it. And
yeah.
Which, speaking of offense, we have to talk about Obviously, the biggest Tatis news this week. On Monday, he was supposed to get a scan to tell him he can swing again. They delayed the scan another week because they said, if we're going to scan, we want to feel good. It's going to be a positive scan, which tells me he's probably still a little sore or something. Or they did a scan and it was bad and they're waiting another week to do another one. So,
Or again, we're winning.
right.
We don't need to rush Tatis Jr. back in
Right.
because we're winning. If we can keep winning this way, because we always knew he was going to not be back until the end of June. If he's not back until after the All-Star break, if we can still win
Yep.
and he comes back 100% healthy and is healthy for the rest of the season, that's a boost.
Yep.
Like I said in the beginning of the season, like we talked about should we trade for offense during the All-Star break after the All-Star break. We're already going to get offense in the form of Tatis Jr., and that's going to be a boost for us down the stretch. There's no reason to get this kid hurt
Yep.
if we don't need to be, because we are winning. We are still finding ways of winning. And I think Jerickson Profar, he's upped his batting average a lot. I know I'm more old school. I still look at batting average. Everyone always looks at OPS and all that kind of stuff. I think batting average is a direct correlation to all of that as well. I'm just impressed by our offense. I haven't been happy about our offense all year.
I mean, you haven't been happy about our offense since June of last year.
This is true.
Trade deadline of last year, probably, right?
Before the trade deadline, because I was
true.
hoping for offense.
Right. Yeah, it's exciting times. I mean, looking ahead, now is the time in which we just have to. We can't let the foot off the gas pedal.
Exactly.
Because next week's an odd 8-day week, James.
Yes.
8 games we're going to recap next time.
First time, and probably only time that'll ever happen.
Yeah. 4 against the Colorado Rockies.
Doubleheader on Saturday.
And 4 against the Chicago Cubs in Chicago. It's an odd road trip. So we San Diego, Chicago, Denver. Maybe it's not that odd. Chicago's not terribly far from Denver.
I've flown from San Diego to Chicago before. It's only 3 hours.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the next 4 games. The Padres are facing, let me look real fast for you. They're facing Chad Kuhl, some guy named Fettner, I've never heard of, Freeland, and Marquez. Kuhl has the lowest ERA. Everyone else has an ERA over 5.
Yeah.
So that's the Cubs have not announced. So what do you think record's going to be like?
I feel pretty confident
Yeah.
in saying we're going to take at least 3 out of 4 of the Rockies.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about
Joe Musgrove starts on Friday, which I would love to be at that game, but I can't be. The doubleheader we'll probably lose one of the doubleheader because it's always hard to sweep a doubleheader. And this is where our starting pitching really comes to play, because so many good pitchers right off. And Nick Martinez, they announced, will start Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be Musgrove, and then the doubleheader will be Clevenger and Gore will be pitching the 2 doubleheaders.
Yep.
Which I think Gore pitching that last game after the Rockies are already tired, Gore might have more than 10 strikeouts.
That's a good point.
And so I think that the chance of winning that second game is higher than winning the first game.
Yep.
Although Clevenger picking back by Marhone would be awesome. And then Sunday, Nick Martinez. The problem is the guy starting for the Rockies on Sunday
Destroys us?
yes.
Herman Marquez? Dude is having a horrible year, but he always destroys the Padres.
He just seems to. What did the Friar do to him? Did he not high five him when he was a boy? I don't understand. Yeah. But he hates the Padres. But I think he's having a really bad year, and I think the Padres on Sunday will leave. So I think we'll at least take 3 from the Rockies. The Cubs are in the middle of a rebuild year. Everyone knows this. even their superstar guy from Japan, who had a huge kickoff of the season, is now hitting terribly. I don't want to say we'll take 3 out of 4 from the Cubs as well, but if we don't take 3 out of 4 of the Cubs, like,
that's the expectation, though, right? If we're really an exceptional team, that has to be the expectation.
yeah. In reality, we should be 6-2 or 7-3, but I'm saying 6-2 because that's the expectation.
Yeah, I think it's... You have to win every series against bad teams if you're a truly great team.
Exactly.
I mean, baseball's baseball. Let's caveat that. Like, there's plenty of instances where the Pittsburgh Pirates sweep the Los Angeles Dodgers at home. Like, that's what makes baseball incredible.
Exactly.
It's so we could very well be like, it's just one of those series next week.
And if the wind's blowing out at Wrigley Field, all bets are off. And the thing is with the Rockies, that's the hesitant because out of any series that we might lose, might be the one to Colorado because we're division rivals.
Yeah, and they know our pitching well enough, and they know, and Charlie Blackmon has always destroyed the Padres. He's getting up there in the years, but it doesn't matter. He knows how he likes this, And I think that Connor Joe being from here, it's just, yeah, I could see us losing to the Rockies because of just baseball reasons. But you have to look at this series from the expectation Bob Melvin has for this team and be like, we have to win every series. And I think you win it by being the same team we've seen all year.
Yeah.
Great pitching, great defense, taking advantage of bad pitching. That's it. And so if that's the case, I feel pretty good about it. And I think 6-2 will be, but then again, it wouldn't surprise me if we're 8-0 too.
It wouldn't me either, but
right.
Baseball being baseball, 6-2 is, you take that any 8 days.
Now, if these games were in Coors, it's a way different algorithm. Which will be next episode. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. We're back on the moon, so no rules of physics apply.
James, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, James.
Before we sign off, don't forget to vote on the All-Star game.
Oh, that's right.
It started this week.
Yeah.
Put your votes in for Machado. Put your votes in for Profar. Put your votes in for, those are really the 2 offensive guys that have been really progressing, but don't vote for any of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Remember, they're all wife beaters. Don't vote vote for all the Padres. Yeah, that's it.
That's a good reminder, James.
All-Star break.
MLB.com. Vote for the All-Stars.
Vote for the Padres.
We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. Thank you so much for your continued listenership. Until next time, James, go Padres.
Go Padres.
And there it is! Oh, doctor! You can hang a star on that, baby!